we've been asked by our listeners and some folks to give a better understanding of what the Leadership Podcast is. Jan, what's the Leadership Podcast?
Well, it's not this cool music we're listening to. It's actually we study leaders. What we've been doing for about 2 years now is studying leaders every single week, whether they're authors, they're thought leaders in their field, they're leaders of organizations, nonprofits, corporations, military, academia, professional athletes, Olympic athletes.
Yeah, and we have fun with them.
Yep.
We have good conversations. We ask the questions that we think you might want to ask, the questions that spur our curiosity, and we have good dialogue and we tell stories. And we like to hear funny stories and good stories about the lessons people have learned as they've been on their journey to become great leaders or better leaders.
Yep. And some of the people we've been on, who are the ones that you think are memorable that people might recognize?
I'm always a big fan of Sebastian Younger, Dan Pink, people who are really great thought leaders, General Stanley McChrystal, and then as a Chicago guy, Blackhawks, Brent Sopel, I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
How about you?
Howard Tullman, a great entrepreneur out of Chicago. I can think of Chris Warner, who's climbed K2 in Everest.
Yeah, that was cool.
Admiral Kerry Metz, even though he was a SEAL.
Yeah.
And we've just had some great people. And again, we've laughed and we've had fun. And just real quick, what do you think they've all got in common?
What do they all have in common? I think they are all very passionate. They are all very, a great deal of empathy for other people.
Yeah.
Great listeners. I just really good human beings. I mean, to a T.
Yep. And it's interesting. Our tagline is "We study leaders," and I think that's another thing that they all have in common. They all study leaders, and they're all huge readers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Leaders are readers. That's what we say. So. Please join us. You can find us at westudyleaders.com. That's for our Leadership Podcast Academy. If you want to listen to the podcast, you can find them at theleadershippodcast.com.